My name is Tess Rivero, and I'm a high school math teacher at Waynesville High School. I'm going to share with you how I use the smartboard and other technology to increase student learning in my classroom. First of all, I've been using the smartboard for about 5 years, and I've been posting my notes on a website for a little over 2 years now. Since creating the web page, I have seen dramatic changes in the way my students approach the learning process. For example, just this last week, I had a student who was absent from Monday through Thursday. On Monday, she sent me this email. She had already checked the notes online and wanted to make sure she didn't fall behind. I kept in touch with her via email, and on Thursday, she sent this. Once again, she found the homework and stayed on top of her work. Later in the day on Thursday, she said this. She missed 4 days of school and was still able to take the quiz on Friday when she came back to school. And I'm very happy to say that she earned an A on her quiz. Prior to using the internet to post notes, this student would have been 4 days behind in my class. Instead, she comes in more prepared than some of her classmates who had been there the entire week. I've made using the internet part of my classroom expectations. Instead of coming back from an absence and saying those dreaded words, "What did I miss?" or even worse, "Did we do anything important while I was gone?" I am now having students return and say, "I checked the notes online and I have a couple of questions about the assignment." What a dramatic improvement. You might be sitting there thinking, as I was before I started this, that I don't have time to do all this, and I definitely don't know enough about computers to even attempt it. Let me tell you this. I don't know how to write code to create a web page. I'm glad someone does. I use a very simple drag and drop free website to post my notes. As far as the Smartboard software works, it really couldn't be any easier. After I've taught the lesson, I go into File, Export, and I export my notes as a PDF. I usually make them a full page, and I give them the same name that I gave the notes in class. Once the computer has saved the notes, I navigate to my website. For my website, I have a page for each class that I teach, and I've created a page for this presentation. All I do now is I go into File, and I drag the file icon down to where I want to put it, click to upload the file, and uploading the notes is just as easy as uploading notes or uploading an email, any kind of picture or extra file to an email. It's exactly the same process. Once the upload is complete, I publish my website, and then I'm able to navigate to that website and see the notes that are there. Under Presentation, here we have trivero presentation. When students click on Download File, it opens the actual file of the notes that we had in class that day. So as you can see, these are the actual pages that you just viewed during my presentation. I'll also show you here the files for the notes from my classes. So pre-calculus, for example, last Wednesday, here were the files from class. The actual notes, the problems that we worked out, the colors come through. As you can see, this can be a very powerful tool. I've also started uploading recordings of lessons onto my webpage. Just 2 weeks ago, I attended the same conference that you're now attending. While the conference was great, I hated missing school. No matter who is your substitute, things just don't get accomplished like you want them to when you're absent. So when I went home after the first night of the conference, I posted recorded lessons, or really I just worked out a problem or two for each one of my classes. Actually, that's not true. I have 4 different preps, and I didn't make any notes for my stats class. And boy, did I hear it when I came back to school that next Friday. you didn't give us a file to listen to, so I was sure to make sure I posted a file for my statistics students the next time I did that. I posted a worked out problem for my pre-calculus class, and then over the weekend, because they had a test on the 22nd, I went in and I worked out the test and I posted the notes, the recorded notes of me going over the test on the website so that students could listen to the test at their leisure, go over the problems on their own time, and we didn't have to spend class time going over the test. One more benefit that I would like to share with you is just how cool this is. Students these days love their iPods, they love their cell phones. How neat is it that they can now get notes and recorded lessons using those devices? When I returned from the conference and I was sharing some of these things with my students, one student told me he was already using his iPod Touch to download our class notes. I think this is pretty amazing. Now students can be cool and learn at the same time. Who would have thought? I hope you enjoy the conference. Learn as much as you can and don't be afraid to try things. If you have questions, please feel free to email me. But I also encourage you to ask your students for help. I know that I do, and most of the time they know the answers to my technology questions and they love to help. Good luck.